Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki, or Nicola, and this is Free My Cure. Excuse me just a moment while I share today's feed. Today we are reviewing Cherry Punch from Arizona Organix. So we are inside today. It is very cold and raining. So decided we were doing it inside the studio. So I kind of set this up as a makeshift. Hopefully it looks good on camera because I can't really see it right this second. But I also decided that we're also going to be doing 1,000-degree dabs as well. So we have it all set up. I have the e-nail going. We have it already. Sorry, guys. So I hope everybody's having a great New Year's Eve. I have not decided. We thought about coming on and doing a New Year's dab at midnight. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it that far. I don't make it to midnight anymore. Sorry, this is the last one, and we will get this going. Hey guys! Okay, we are back. So I have the e-nail going here. I already pulled out the Cherry Punch concentrate. So we have a full gram here of this Cherry Punch. It's sliding all over the place. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So, and I don't know if you guys can see, the banger is bright red. It is beet red. So these are going to be some hot and hurtful dabs here today. We are talking about Cherry Punch from Arizona Organix. I'm going to go ahead and pull off. We're going to go ahead and give this baby girl a taste. Let me warm it up. As always, guys, butt cancer. Ooh. Woo! Okay, so at 1,000 degrees, let me tell you what, that is going to hit you, and it's going to knock the breath away out of you real fast. Oh. The hot and hurtful only lasts a minute or two. Then you can breathe again. But when you do it this hot and hurtful, what ends up happening is it knocks the wind out of you, which then raises your endorphins inside your body, which causes that euphoria to hit a little bit harder. So basically what you're doing is you're depriving yourself of oxygen. Some people, I have heard the myth of some people say that the more they cough, the higher they get. I'm not much of a cougher. I don't cough that much. However, I do know how to hit my bong rips so where I do get that wonderful euphoric sensation. So there are ways to do it without coughing. I do it this way simply because I have chronic nausea and it will cause me to vomit every time. Today we're talking about Cherry Punch, which is a 50-50 hybrid. It comes from Mr. Green Hawaiian Cherry Bomb. Its THC ranges between 17 and 24%. I got this at Arizona Organix. I absolutely love their branding. I do. I think their branding is amazing. I like the way that they put it on the back of everyone. We just need to get them to understand that, sativa, indica hybrid, what they are, what their changes are, and that Maybe you guys should research your own strains a little bit more. We did, obviously, concentrate. We smoked it. This normally will last. It's a mid-ranging one. So I can usually, off of a good dab, I can normally keep going for about an hour to 2 hours, cleaning the house and doing the things around here that I need to get done throughout the day, as well as in my garden. Without it, I would be constantly smoking flower. So concentrate gives me a break to where I'm not smoking 24/7 for that relief. Concentrate gives me the time, the break in between, to where I can say, okay, I just smoked, I'm good for a while, I can go do the dishes, vacuum, whatever it is that I need to do without having to come back in and smoke almost immediately. And that's what that does. Yay, my comments are working again. Hey Rosie, how you doing? Good morning, Christy. Ian! Happy belated Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you, Ian. You're so wonderful. It is so great to see you guys here. I guess the lighting actually isn't too bad right here. I was really kind of curious. I'm like, I haven't been in the studio in almost a year. All of my videos have been outside in almost a year. So I'm like, okay, let's set the studio up and let's see how the lighting is. So the lighting's not too bad. So that's good, good, good. Oh, yeah. It is 46 degrees outside today, and it is sprinkling, so I decided, yeah, no, I am not even going to try to brave the cold and the rain, and we are just going to set this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it set up in here for about the next week or so. We're going to be doing reviews in here out of the next week. I'm going to come on here with some New Year's dabs and talk about a little bit of how to help you guys keep your New Year's resolutions. That's one of the toughest things that I go through every freaking year is those damn New Year's resolutions. I don't know about you guys, but I constantly make them, but I never keep them. So I have some ideas on how to help you guys keep your New Year's resolutions and help me keep them as well. So, with this one, because she's a 50-50 hybrid, you are going to get the effects of relaxed, energetic, hungry, happy, and sleepy. Medicinally, for stress, headache, pain, lack of appetite, depression. Negatives are anxious, paranoid, dry mouth, and dry eyes. So overall, it's actually a really good daytime smoke for the most part. This particular one, when I first smoked it, when we brought it home, it did help me get the munchies. I did start eating just a little bit. It did help with that nausea as well. I don't know if it's just that my body had become so accustomed to being in cancer treatment that I became constantly sick, to where it didn't matter what was going on, my stomach would turn and I wouldn't be able to keep food down. And I didn't have to force myself to not do it. It automatically just happened, or just happens. I'm still trying to fix that. Marijuana does help me with that some. It helps me eat a lot more than it ever has. Eating for me is not enjoyable at all. And that's why I talk about it so much with this, is because a lot of people, I mean, have you ever just bitten into something and you have fully enjoyed something that you ate? Those are experiences I wish I had. Every time I bite into something, I think, my brain starts moving. Is it going to stay down? Am I going to have an issue? It's sitting too heavy. I don't feel good. It's just, food has never made me feel good. So that's one thing that I'm trying to work with this year with myself, is to work on myself a little bit to try to get over the mental side of this food phobia that I have. So I use cannabis to help me with that, because I know that I have to eat. I know that I don't intake enough calories. So cannabis really does help me with that. What do you want? What? He never just comes in and sits down right here and just stares at me. I'm like, okay, what's up, dude? So for some reason, he seems to know every time. Well, he's my service dog, so he always knows when something's up. So when he comes and he sits down like that, I have to pay attention to him because he's trying to tell me something. In this particular case, I think it was just that Tigger had a bone and he wanted it, so he tricked Tigger to get the bone. Silly dogs. So let's go ahead and check this baby out again. Yum, yum, yum. We're going to go ahead and do one more hot and hurtful for the day. As always, guys, fuck cancer. And I have asked this before. If there's anything you guys want to see in some of my upcoming videos, please hit it in the comments below. Oh, wow. Oh, at 1,000 degrees. Whoa. Recoup time might take me a minute. Holy shit. Oh. What, Tiggers? Are you going to be a doggy movie star? Are you going to be a doggy movie star? So as soon as I get my breath back. So when I started this morning, I was at a pain level of about an 8. I did have a tooth extracted last week, so my mouth hurts. I know, great time to have a tooth extracted. The week of Christmas. Smart. So I had a tooth extracted, so I am in a bit of pain there. Phew. Okay, so that was a hot and hurtful. I'm still feeling it. I can feel the high hit me in the back of the throat first. It kind of gives you a expanding or swelling type of a feeling. With this particular strain, I actually feel like I have more saliva in my mouth than I normally do. So I can't say that it's giving me dry mouth. Oh yeah, I'm going to take that one right between the eyes. Oh, bam! So, I can feel this one going right up my neck and into my head and coming down my body. I can feel the pain and the muscle spasms in my abdomen and through in here, starting to relax away. I wish it was to the point where I could actually urinate on my own, but I can't still, because of the disease that I have, interstitial cystitis. It causes that urethra to constantly spasm. And when it does that, it spasms the urethra closed where you can't urinate on your own anymore, so you have to use a catheter. I have had to wear Foley's down my leg and strapped around my leg for periods of time. I think the longest I've ever had to wear one was a month. And normally when that happens, all you can see in the catheter that's on my leg is blood, because it's just, my bladder is so bad. Basically what interstitial cystitis is where the inside of your bladder builds up with these boils or ulcer type things, and they blow up in your bladder. And if you think about it, your urine is salty and whatever else, and it burns when it gets in there. So it feels like you constantly have a UTI. I mean, it constantly, everything burns. It depends on how bad the cystitis is flared, on how bad the spasmings are. I've recently learned that there are 2 types of bladder spasms. Bladder spasms that close the urethra and bladder spasms that open the urethra. Even when it feels like it's opening that urethra, I can't urinate on my own. I have to still use the catheter, which is so much fun. So it's kind of a sucky disease. My next step is actually going in and having the urethra removed, to where they'll put basically a port in it to where I can put a catheter in to go to the bathroom, but I won't be able to go to the bathroom. Well, I can't go to the bathroom anymore like anybody, like females can anyway, so I mean it changes, I guess. Oh. But I can feel the pain. I was at an 8. I can feel it relaxing down to about a 5.5. This one did have a bit of a pepper burn in the back of my throat, but a lot of them have lately. So overall, great job. It's a little darker than what we're used to from Arizona Organix. We're going to try one more just in case. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do this one a little bit smaller. A 1,000 degrees. Got cancer. Yep, that got me. Oh God, yeah. Oh. Thank you, Arizona Organix. Awesome job. Mad love, guys. I will see you guys soon.